Dallas Cowboys get us a running back, or did we get us a running back?
Turn the pressure up. I don't quit. I don't fold under pressure. I'm the best, and I know I'm the best. And you know I'm the best.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation? It's your boy DMV back with another one, and I'm really excited to do this video, right? Really excited. We got ourselves a running back, but some other things happened before then. There was a lot of things that have happened over the course of this, and instead of really going into detail and depth about that, Nicole Hutchinson did a very good job yesterday on Twitter, as you guys can see in one of my overlays, detailing some of the things that were done behind the scenes with getting some of our guys back in the building. But most importantly, we did sign some guys on day one, which we didn't expect to get much activity, but we did. Unfortunately, yesterday we lost Jordan Lewis. We lost Chauncey Golston. Right now, I'm going to take a little bit at a time. I talked about Jordan Lewis yesterday on the live video, and if you didn't get a chance to check out that live, go check out that live and what Jordan Lewis meant. But I'm going to talk about Chauncey Golston. He was one of the guys that I also wanted back. You guys knew that I had 3 priority people that I wanted back on our roster, and we ended up only getting one of them in Osa Odigizua. But Jordan Lewis was one that I wanted back, and Chauncey Golston was one that I wanted back. And the New York Giants signed him to a 3-year, $19.5 million deal. He's a versatile end, played some D tackle for us, man. I really loved his effort. I thought that he was trending upwards. Obviously, the Giants saw that, and they grabbed him. And, salute to my guy, man. Chauncey, you were one of the real ones, man. The Cowboys also yesterday, they signed Robert Jones from the Dolphins. I'm going to give you guys a slight breakdown on that. So I got my little whiteboard right here in my hand right now. He was an undrafted free agent from the 2021 cycle. He had 30 starts in 49 games. And I think that his deal is 1 year, up to $4.75 million. So, I personally believe that this was a Chuma Edoga replacement right here, because Chuma signed with Jacksonville yesterday. So they got a guy that can come in here and be a little versatile. He played some guard and tackle for the Dolphins. And so I'm going to break down some of his strengths, some of his weaknesses. So they have him as, his strength actually is one of his strengths. So being able to latch on to people in that sense, I think he did some good things in the run game too, as you guys see some of the clips in the background. And his versatility, him being able to play guard and tackle, are his are some strengths. And as the Cowboys, we look at that and we look at the strengths and some of the things that we can use on this roster. We could use depth, but also it doesn't hurt to have somebody that has the versatility to jump into multiple spots. So we talk about the weaknesses, and some of the weaknesses are pass pro, and I'm probably going to show you a clip of him getting beat on pass pro. That is definitely something that he can improve on. But again, we got line coaches now, so maybe he can get coached up a little bit. I can personally tell you guys that Chuma Edoga, his tape was absolute garbage when we first brought him on. And even though I really didn't trust our line coaches, and there were times that Chuma wasn't up to par, for the most part last year, I thought that he was pretty consistent. And he also did some good things too. So you can't just look at the bad all the time and just expect, oh, that's what we're getting out of this guy. Maybe the situation's a little better. Maybe you're next to one of the all-pro type linemen in Tyler Smith, or you're going to be next to some all-pro type linemen. So maybe situations change. You're going to have a situation where the coaches with Clayton Adams and our new offensive line coach, I slipping my mind what his name is right now, but you're going to have some opportunities to get better here. So the thing about it is, in 2024, he played over 1,000 snaps. I think they had him logged in at 1,080 to be exact. So that's a lot of snaps played. I think over the course of, like we said, he started 30 games out of 49. So you're getting somebody. We're going with the NIL approach, man. We already know that you're a guy that can play at the pro level. We already know that you are a professional. We know what we're getting, and we're not paying or breaking the bank for that. There's very little risk here with this deal. So you get a thumbs up from me there. All right. So what you guys have been waiting for, I know you guys have been waiting for me to talk about the running back position because this is the running back channel from the running back. And I wore my special hat for y'all today. And at the end of this video, I'll talk about this hat. But Javonte Williams from the Denver Broncos, I'm excited about that. If I wasn't holding this whiteboard, I would clap.
He is still in the streets, in a sense.
Because this is what I was looking for. I was looking for us to go out there, get us a veteran that was better than Rico for either cheaper or probably what the market is. And I personally believe that Javonte Williams is slightly better than Rico. I think it's a slight upgrade there. Just from a pedigree standpoint, I you look at it, you look at some of his runs, it looks like he has more of a burst. He looks like he runs with more power. And we're going to talk about some of his strengths and weaknesses. So, strength, power, and physicality, man. I love when he puts that foot in the ground, and you're gonna have to put your big boy britches on to bring him down. You know, his vision, his patience. You know, you can see with some of the runs, man, that he sees it pre-snap with how the blocking's gonna go. He knows exactly where he's gonna go, how he's gonna bend, and you know, stick that foot in the ground like we talked about. Pass catching. So with Rico, you lose somebody that is pretty good in the pass catching. I thought that was one of Rico's best qualities, and Javonte brings that as well. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to call him Javonte Tank Williams. But yeah, he brings that pass catching ability as well. They say that he's good in the short yardage situation, and we know that Rico was not good in that. So that's exactly why we even brought Zeke back in the first place. But if you get a guy like him who's going to probably more than likely be your running back too, or you know what I'm saying, like you get somebody who can fulfill that role as well. Good balance, good yards after contact. Now some of the weaknesses are his durability. In 2023, he came off of a gruesome knee injury, and last year he didn't have the productivity that I'm sure that he wanted to have over his time. But top end speed, that's another thing. Look, we got rid of Rico because Rico didn't have a run over 30 yards, and Javonte didn't have one either. He didn't have one over 30 as well. So that's a cause for concern. But I do like his burst at the running back position a little bit better. Pass pro, there's some inconsistencies, and I think that will be the drop off right there. I thought Rico left us and was getting pretty solid at the pass protection game. And then the consistency. You know what I'm saying? You want a guy that's going to be consistent. And I don't think this stops you from getting a running back in the draft. I think this only solidifies your position. And I think that this is what the Cowboys wanted to do. So I want to take you guys all the way back to 2016. When they drafted Zeke Elliott, they still brought in Alfred Morris, I believe that July or that August, to solidify that. You get a guy that, like we said, NIL approach. I know what I'm getting. I know a guy that can play, that's an ultimate professional, that you know, your pro scouts, they look at this person and say, yeah, this person can play at that level and can be a spot starter if we need him to do that and all that type of stuff. So I think this only solidifies that. And this throws the alley-oop for you to draft the running back that you absolutely love. This is why I love this more than anything. RB1, RB1, RB1. That's it, man. And so this hat right here, I made this for my son because this year I want him to take no prisoner when it comes to approaching the running back position. You want to play the running back position, you got to have that mindset. And everybody knows when that person walks off the bus, they walk in the weight room. You know who RB1 is. They just have a different type of swagger to them. They have a different type of pedigree. They carry the game on their back. They set the tone. And that's what I believe we need here in Dallas. So this is the campaign. We RB1 mindset, baby. We got to walk around and we got to know what it is. We got to set the tone. All right, but I'm very, very happy with this. Happy with this signing, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. We out. Peace.